Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Lizzo has recently been sued by some of her former dancers for body shaming, sexual harassment, as well as a slew of other charges. I covered that story here. The people suing Lizzo have finally given an interview, and some of the allegations against her are even worse than we thought. And today we're going to take a look at that interview. We're also going to be taking a look at Lizzo's response. Before we proceed, please click the like button so that I may apply comb to mustache.
Where nudity and sexuality were a focal point. The suit also alleges, among other things, that Lizzo called out one of the plaintiffs for her weight gain after accusing the dancer of not being committed to her role. Lizzo is known, of course, for her uplifting messages and advocacy for body positivity.
I'm not going to be able to please everybody with my outward appearance. Someone's always going to have a critique. Someone's always going to have some negativity to say about me. So all that matters is what I think about it.
Crystal, I want to start with you. The response that you have to the response from Lizzo after the silence for a pretty extended period of time.
Yeah, I want to say that reading it just kind of furthered my disappointment in regards to the situation, just because
she was very disappointed in the statement that Lizzo released. Let's take a look at that statement now. Lizzo tried to do a little bit of damage control after this whole thing happened and released a statement on Instagram. These last few days have been gut-wrenchingly difficult and overwhelmingly disappointing. My work ethic, morals, and respectfulness have been questioned. My character has been criticized. Yeah, okay. Already trying to frame yourself as the victim. Usually I choose not to respond to false allegations, but these are as unbelievable as they sound, and too outrageous to not be addressed. These sensationalized stories are coming from former employees who have already publicly admitted that they were told their behavior on tour was inappropriate and unprofessional. Their behavior was inappropriate and unprofessional? But weren't you the one who told them to eat a banana out of somebody else's vagina? That's some nice gaslighting there. I love that. I love how she starts off the whole thing with, "My character has been questioned. All that I have worked for will soon be in shambles. Those former employees were told about their sexual behavior." Like, what? What? They said that you did the sexual thing. What? Dude, that is some professional level gaslighting. As an artist, I have always been passionate about what I do. I take my music and my performances seriously because at the end of the day, I only want to put out the best art that represents me and my fans. What the hell does this have to do with the price of tea in China? With passion comes hard work and high standards. Sometimes I have to make hard decisions, but it's never my intention to make anyone feel uncomfortable or like they aren't valued as an important part of the team. Oh, then why did you weight shame them? And put them in a hostile, uncomfortable working environment. I'm surprised she wasn't like, actually, they put me in a hostile working environment. Well, she kind of did when she was like, those people were told about their behavior. People come out and they're like, dude, you did some really crazy stuff back there. And she's like, yeah, I've been warning them about all that crazy stuff that they did. And you're like, what? No, you did all that crazy stuff. And they're like, yeah, all those other people did do all that stuff. And I've been trying to tell them to knock it off. Like, dude, that ain't very clever, bro. You're not as clever as you thought. I am not here to be looked at as a victim. Nonsense. That's what you just tried to do. But I also know that I am not the villain that people in the media have portrayed me to be these last few days. I am very open with my sexuality and expressing myself, but I cannot accept or allow people to use that openness to make me out to be something I am not. You know, I've been saying that for years. I'm very open with my sexuality as well. Like sometimes when I'm out in public and I take my pants down, people start acting all weird, dude. I'm like, dude, I'm just being open with my sexuality. Why are y'all being weird about it? Every time I take my boys out of the pants to let them breathe a little bit, everybody starts acting all weird. This is me being open with my sexuality. That is the worst. Your PR person needs to be fired, dude. She's just real open with her sexuality, you know. She starts touching people and shit. Are they open to her sexuality as well, or this is a one-way street? I don't think they agreed to be open to her sexuality. There is nothing I take more seriously than the respect we deserve as women in the world. Okay, this is not about you being a woman, so don't try to frame it like that. This is not the patriarchy trying to knock you down a peg. I know what it feels like to be body shamed on a daily basis. Okay, this also isn't about how you're larger or whatever, so stop trying to play the victim there as well. I know what it feels like to be body shamed on a daily basis and would absolutely never criticize or terminate an employee because of their weight. I'm hurt, but I will not let the good work I've done in the world be overshadowed by this. What? Oh my God. Fire your PR person immediately. This is some of the worst drivel. You know what would have been better? I'm sorry. Sincerely, Lizzo. That's a new pro tip, dude. If you ever catch me like getting caught for doing something stupid, I'm just gonna be like, I'm sorry. Sorry about that, dude. And then that's the end of my apology video, dude. I got nothing else. Sorry about that, dude. Don't really have an explanation. My bad. I'm hurt, but I will not let the good work I've done in the world. What good work have you done in the world, bro? You've played some flute? Oh my goodness. I want to thank everyone who has reached out in support to lift me up during this difficult time. Now we're going to take a look at the best comment on this Instagram post. James Gaines, take us away. Red flag number 1. Multiple people come forward with sexual harassment/assault allegations. Red flag number 2. Director quits documentary due to extreme disrespect, calling Lizzo arrogant and self-centered. Red flag number 3. Has a history of bad behaviors such as stealing lyrics and publicly threatening food delivery people. What? Well, her DoorDash didn't get there in time? What the heck? Red flag number 4. Lizzo flashed her bare ass at a basketball with children present. At a basketball? At a basketball team or the actual basketball? Who the hell flashes a ball? Why would you do that? That's an inanimate object, Lizzo. What the heck? Not cool, dude. Red flag number 5. Chris Brown, the abuser, is her favorite person. Red flag number 6. Claims to not want to be a victim, yet this post points finger at everyone else and attempts to make herself look like, that's right, a victim. James Gaines, let me go ahead and give you another heart there, my good sir. Now we're going to watch the interview with her former dancers where they bring some new allegations to light.
Reading it just kind of furthered my like disappointment.
Same, dude.
In regards to the situation, just because the facts are the facts. What we experienced and what we witnessed is absolutely what happened. There's nothing sensationalized.
Dude, Lizzo's response was a bunch of freaking shenanigans, dude.
About it. So all that I can hope is that people focus more so on the facts rather than the court of public opinion.
But as an artist in the world, and as a woman, Lizzo never wanted to hurt anybody, you know? As a representative of larger women, because she's had a lot of struggles in her life, you got to consider that. She just wanted to help people.
At what point did you realize that what you were experiencing, what you led you experienced, was not normal?
It's hard to answer that question because as this was my first professional job, I was told by the dance captain and, just it's this thing in the dance industry that you have to, shut up and, take whatever you get and just be grateful for whatever crumbs you get.
I'm sure that happens all the time, especially when you're dealing with somebody that's somewhat famous. They're like, dude, you're lucky just to be here, okay? Like, we know that Lizzo's a little quirky here and there, but, dude, she's very famous and you're very lucky to be here. There are thousands of people out there that would gladly take your place if you don't want to play ball. That's how this industry works. It's screwed up. Trust me, I know the perils of the dance world. They don't care who they hurt. What do you mean I have 2 left feet? F*** you.
It took me a really long time to figure out that it was wrong. It took me actually until leaving the camp that I figured out that everything that went on was bad.
It sounds weird, but honestly, that happens all the time. You're like, wait a minute. All that stuff that's been happening to me for the past 2 years? I don't think that should have happened. Like, we often do come to these realizations. We stay in these really crappy situations for far longer than we should, and we're like, wait a minute. That was multiple years.
Because I just chalked it up to, oh, Lizzo might be a diva, or, this is just the industry. This is what we go through. I mean, I think that
Have we created a monster with Lizzo, with everybody telling her that she's great, and then eventually one day she's like, you know what? I am dope, dude. And then she just became a complete monster.
I had inklings, like I would be on the phone with my mom all day and be like just complaining about the disrespect and the treatment and the humiliation.
Yeah, Mom, working for Lizzo can be really difficult, dude. She's a total diva sometimes. She comes in here, starts yelling at us. She told me to lose weight? What? What did you say about me? Are you talking mess about Lizzo? To your mother? On the phone? Lizzo? What the hell? How did you get on this call? You have my phone tapped? What the hell?
I mean, me personally, looking at
For me.
the response from Lizzo was so disheartening because she was there.
Disheartening, dude. That response was disrespectful.
She was there, and to fix your hand to write on a piece of paper that you don't.
I love these pictures of Lizzo.
Facts are the facts, like Crystal said. Was I pressured to touch a nude performer? Yes. Was I brought into a private meeting where I was kind of interrogated about my personal matters and ended up having to share very personal things about myself regarding my weight? Yes.
Why, Lizzo? Why? Allegedly.
What, I mean, the list goes on. Were we pressured to do an excruciatingly long rehearsal that turned into a re-audition for the job that we already booked? Because apparently we weren't doing good enough. Yes, that is true. During that excruciatingly long.
So the rumors of the 12-hour re-audition are true. Dude, if all of this is true, this sounds nutty. She's like, dance. And you're like, dun 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 dun. She's like, dance harder. And you're like, she's like, harder still. Yay, wee, body positive. Dance harder. Dance harder. Are we body positive yet? Are we body positive yet? Are we body positive yet?
Re-audition process, was I under the impression...
What is this re-audition nonsense? Dude, if I got the job and you make me interview again, you're fired, okay? Not me, you're fired, we're done.
that if I left the stage, I would be fired? Yes.
Dude, that is messed up. But you should have just been like, all right then, fire me. Although, honestly, a large percentage of people would have dealt with Lizzo's nonsense just to advance their career. Of course, dude. That's why this sort of stuff shouldn't happen. There's an uneven power dynamic that Lizzo is taking advantage of. She's like, if you want to make it in this industry, you need me, so you better play ball.
Did I, unfortunately, go to the bathroom on myself on stage because I was so terrified? Yes.
Dude, things just keep getting worse. Dude, you were so afraid of Lizzo that you soiled yourself on stage instead of going to the bathroom? Oh my God. Is it because she didn't allow breaks? Or because, like, she literally scared you that much? Oh my God, either way.
There is, in a court of law, I don't know, I'm not a lawyer, I don't know anything, but I know that if you ask someone to tell the truth, these things will come out of her mouth.
What? The words that you just said, they didn't go together at all. That statement wasn't a statement. Let's go back.
In a court of law.
In a court of law.
I don't know, I'm not a lawyer.
She's not a lawyer.
I don't know anything, but I know that if you ask someone to tell the truth.
In a court of law, if you ask someone to tell the truth.
These things will come out of her mouth.
These things will come out of her mouth. I'm not a lawyer, but I know if you ask someone to tell the truth, these things will come out of her mouth. What? Okay.
If you have to say yes or no to these questions, she has to say yes because they are true. There was multiple witnesses.
Okay, all right. I believe that she's talking about perjury. If you are on the stand in a court of law, you have to tell the truth. That is true. I don't think we got to the part where Lizzo lied on the stand. I don't think this has actually gone to court yet, so I don't know why she's bringing perjury up. You're allowed to lie in regular society. People do it all the time. Even if they weren't allowed to, they would continue to do it. That's kind of the nature of lying.
And I don't appreciate the discredit of our feelings.
Well, yeah, Lizzo in her statement straight up just tried to do damage control and basically just called you all liars. She's like, no, actually, you guys were the ones being inappropriate. Lizzo tried to pull the classic, no, you. You're like, oh, dude, you did a bunch of crazy stuff back there. And she's like, no, I didn't. You did. And you're like, what? Did I do all that crazy? No, actually you did. Like I said the first time, it was you.
And our experiences and our traumas.
Understood. Joelle.
Understood. So his response lets you know that he tuned out during that whole interview. He was thinking about baseball or something, dude. So why don't you tell us about your experience with Lizzo and all that terrible stuff that she did to you? All right, man. Well, you know, she did a lot of crazy stuff, and I don't really appreciate how she tried to gaslight us all and try to make... Huh? Oh, yeah. Understood.
You allege that Lizzo intended to hit you at one point.
Here's where things get really juicy, where this person alleges that Lizzo was going to hit her. Give her the old knuckle sandwich. Is Lizzo gonna have to choke a bit?
Do you really think that she was going to resort or could resort to physical violence?
What?
Yeah, I do. And I mean, the facts of that were that she actually balled up her fist like this to me. She started cracking her knuckles.
What? Oh my God. So Lizzo is just straight up a bully from an 80s movie. She's like, all right, you're gonna give me your lunch money, Billy. But I don't wanna. I said, give me your lunch money. Lizzo, no. Here come the big girls, no. Then she said she was gonna give me a knuckle sandwich.
And she was like, you're so effing lucky that basically I'm not gonna hit you. And
actually, you're so lucky, Lizzo. You know how hard she would sue you, dude? She would have a lot of your millions. They would transfer from your bank account right into hers if you strike her. I would gladly take a beating from a celebrity, bro. Like, literally, beat me up, please, dude. I'm suing you so hard. I will just sit there, just take the beating. Dude, I could take a beating for a few mil. Hell yeah. I've taken a beating for less.
you know, I was in shock watching her do that. And
dude, I would be completely shocked. Lizzo, the body positive icon, just threatened me with fisticuffs? What?
Cracking her knuckles and acting as if she was gonna come at me. And for a second,
this Lizzo? But she looks so inspirational right here. How could she do that? She's an icon.
I was like, you know, I don't think she's gonna...
How could you do this? Allegedly. Lizzo?
Do that, like, that's...
Look at that picture! Oh my God, I found my new Halloween costume.
Not what's gonna happen, but the fact that one of her dancers, all of us were present, all the dancers were present for mostly all.
Here's the look Lizzo had on her face when she's like, actually, we fired you guys for inappropriate behavior. This is her no you face. She's like, no, you.
All the dancers were present for mostly all of these allegations. And in that meeting that we had where she got physical and was about to assault me, her best friend, who's also one of the dancers, had to jump out of the couch and physically hold her back from...
What? She's got people holding her back? What the heck? Why does Lizzo want to swing on you so bad? What did you do? You didn't make the mistake of questioning her Yitty brand, did you? You're like, actually, this doesn't provide that much support at all. And she's like, what? And she comes out, just starts swinging. She's like, dude, don't you ever question Yitty.
Coming and hitting me. So yes, I do believe that if she wasn't held back by that dancer, she would have hit me.
Dude, this is crazy. Like when people are fighting or whatever, and one of the dudes is holding the other dude back, and he's like, oh, let me get him. Lizzo's next response is going to be like, those previous dancers were warned about their violence before, but they just kept doing it. She's just going to keep trying to gaslight. I know you are, but what am I, basically? I don't know why you guys keep making up all this stuff about me that is all the stuff that you actually did. This is crazy. What the heck? How am I supposed to be body positive when I don't see positive?
What you described there's clearly, not only you believe you have witnesses, but potentially you have other people that would want to be party to a lawsuit. Like
the person that held Lizzo back needs to get in on this lawsuit. They're like, dude, she broke my arm. I'm sorry.
Do you believe more people will join? Do you believe that there are other individuals who worked with these three women who experienced the same things that would like to join this lawsuit or sue on their own account in the future?
100%. People have already come on social media to support our clients. People have already reached out to my office.
How can I get in on this thing? I can say that I worked there too, right? We can just make stuff up. Do we have to prove that we actually worked there?
Through social media.
I remember that time that she came swinging at me. This is satire, okay? Lizzo, don't sue me.
100%. I believe more people will come forward, if not here where we are in Los Angeles, but in New York, and we've received other calls.
All right, so basically Lizzo is screwed. A bunch of people are going to come forward now. So now we learn of more allegations against Lizzo, which include threats of physical violence, and she had to literally be held back from swinging on this girl. Oh my goodness. So the list of allegations against Lizzo are sexual harassment, weight shaming, making an uncomfortable work environment, that one director who wouldn't work with her, and now threats of physical violence against her staff. The cherry on top of Lizzo's cake of unacceptable behavior is her gaslighting. No, you. The most brilliant retort that I've ever seen. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe to the channel. Also, please click the like button. 1 like equals 1 mustache combing. Anyway, that about does it. Thanks for watching, commenting, liking, and subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one.